everyone, welcome back to the JD in the Duffle Bag podcast, and today I am joined by the beautiful Lottie Tomlinson.
Hello.
Welcome. How are you?
Thanks for having me. Good, thank you.
Good. So I was watching some of your YouTube vlogs earlier.
Oh, right, okay.
And there's one, I think it's your most recent one, and there's a massive spider in the jar.
Oh my god, yes, that was when we was on holiday in Mykonos.
Like, I've never seen a
huge
spider that big.
It was horrible. It was so big, like tarantula size. I've never seen one that big either.
Yeah.
My whole family was freaking out.
Are you scared of spiders?
Yeah.
Are you?
Really bad.
I'm all right, but when I was
hate
younger,
them.
my sister was scared, and my dad used to throw them at her.
What? Oh my god,
I think
no.
that's why she got scared.
Yeah, I hate them.
I went on holiday to where was it? It was Cyprus or Greece, and there was this big hornet, like, you know, like a bee.
Yeah.
But then you
yeah,
have
I
a
know what you
hornet,
mean,
which
but
is
then
like
massive
so
one.
much bigger, and it flew past, and me and my friend were like what the hell?
Yeah.
So we ran away, and then we looked it up online later, and it was like a really deadly hornet, and
Oh
if you
my
get
God.
stung by it, like you have to go hospital and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, right.
Ugh, I just
know.
don't like anything creepy crawly bugs.
Same. Not a fan.
No.
So you're originally from Doncaster.
Doncaster, yeah.
My granddad used to tell me off because I used to call it Doncaster because obviously
Really?
I've got a different accent.
yeah.
He's like, you can't. If you went to Doncaster and you called it that,
Yeah.
they would hate you.
Yeah. We call it Donny.
Donny.
Yeah.
What's it like up there?
I mean, it's a bit scruffy, but I just love it because it's home.
Yeah.
So, like, I love going back there, but yeah, it's not the nicest, but there's, like, nice little villages and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So you've kind of... And I've always wanted to talk to someone because, like, I grew up and social media sort of hit when I was about 15, 16, like, massively.
Yeah.
People getting Facebook and stuff like that, but you have literally grown up with social media, right? So when
Yeah.
you were probably like, what, 10 or 11,
Yeah,
you must
so
have started it.
I remember the first thing I did was make a Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
and that was just like at a similar time as when Louis went on X Factor.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, oh my god, I'm getting all these Facebook requests. Like, I was so excited to just have loads of friends on Facebook.
Yeah.
So when you're that age, you just want to have like as many as you can.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was Twitter next. Then I made a Twitter and then started getting loads of followers on there.
Yeah.
And then when I went on tour with the boys, I made my Instagram, and then that just like blew up. But at the time, it didn't really mean anything. So like I had like 3 million followers, but influencing hadn't really started then. So I was like, I didn't really appreciate the value of it.
Yeah.
And it's only when influencing started I realised, oh my god, I'm really lucky to have all these followers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like people just interested in your life. Or
Yeah.
like, not, I want to say nosy, but not like in, do you know what I mean? It's
yeah,
kind
just
of like,
intrigued to
yeah.
like see what we get up to and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
So how was it being young? So you was like, what, 10 or 11 when Louis won?
I was like 12, I think.
12?
Yeah.
So how was it at school? Like,
It was quite weird because like I was quite shy at
Mhm.
school, so I didn't really have many friends, and then that all happened and everyone like started wanting to be friends with me, so I was like, it was quite weird. It's quite hard to kind of work out who really wanted to be my
Yeah,
friend
who
and who
really-
wanted to be because of that.
yeah.
Yeah, so it was a bit tricky in some ways, but kind of just got used to it.
Yeah, I suppose you do get used to it, like, because I suppose now when you're older, you're 21 now, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you don't really know any different than sort of being in this
Yeah.
circle of
Yeah. I'm so used to it now, I couldn't imagine my life without it.
without it.
Yeah.
Was it hard though, like going through? I think puberty is quite a hard time as well
Yeah.
because you're like discovering yourself as a woman,
Yeah.
but doing that in the
front of
public
everyone.
eye.
Yeah.
How was that?
I think it was hard because you kind of make mistakes and you don't realise it's not just you making a mistake, then everyone's judging it. So
Yeah.
it's like I'd do little things and it like offend people online, and I'd be like, oh my god, I'd never like I'd braid my hair, and then people would kind of say it was cultural appropriation.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you kind of just have to learn like not to do certain things, and it's quite hard because then people think you're being offensive on purpose, but you're not.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that was quite tricky, but over time you just kind of learn like what to do, what not to do,
Yeah.
and then you can respect those people's kind of boundaries and stuff.
Yeah. It's more like trial and error, isn't it?
Yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
I feel, especially nowadays, people are getting called out for things they've maybe done in the past,
Yeah.
or they do innocently or
Mm.
maybe naively.
Yeah.
And I think it's all just about people learning what
What upsets
offends people,
yeah.
or what upsets people,
Yeah,
and what doesn't.
definitely.
Did you ever have experience when you were like quite young with trolls or people being quite negative, or were generally quite supportive?
Yeah, I think when I was younger and when it first started, it was worse. Like, people would kind of call you out for like your appearance, or like the way I'd sometimes try like a makeup look and people would make fun of it because it's a bit more out there. But like, it's really nice because now I don't hardly get any trolling online. Like, all my followers are really nice. And if it is, it's just, like I say, people that maybe been offended by something, but they'll kind of say it in a nice way.
Yeah.
So then we can just kind of take that on board. It's not like people are being nasty with it. They kind of will comment and be like, this is kind of offensive to us in our community or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we can kind of take that on board and make sure we don't do it again.
Yeah. I think it's good to have discussions with people about stuff instead of like being defensive or just saying sorry. It's nice to know like from someone else's perspective, like why something would offend them or upset them, and then you can work on it. If they can say it
in a nice way, then we can kind of take that on board.
Yeah, definitely. So when did you start loving, when did you fall in love with makeup?
So when I was like 12, I started going through my mum's makeup, and I was just fascinated by like what each thing did. It's not like there's just makeup, it's like there's something for everything. I remember like getting a highlighter out, and I was like, why would you highlight yourself? And I remember my mum kind of explaining, so you put that on the high points and that'll bring like certain features out and stuff like that. And I just started getting fascinated by it. So then I'd come home from school and like research. I used to go through all the brands and like started memorizing all the colours. And then one day my mum was like, you can order one piece of makeup, and I got the Benefit Erase paste. You know, do you remember?
I remember this.
It's like a little purple pot. It's like a really thick concealer.
Yeah.
But I literally treasured it. I scraped every last bit out.
When I was younger, I don't remember like makeup being as big.
Yeah.
I think it's more probably in the last 10 years or so that it's really become like...
I think Instagram's had a big part of that, isn't it?
Instagram and YouTube and things like that. When I was younger, I remember, I think I had, it was like a Barbie kit, and it had some makeup in it. It had like a powder.
Yeah.
I remember I think I was like 8 or 9, and I just put it all over my face because I had loads of freckles.
Yeah.
And I didn't like my freckles, so I was like, oh, I don't want
it.
Yeah, so I literally put loads of it on because I'd seen, I think it was either like Britney or Madonna on TV, and I was like, I want to look like them. So I put this powder all over my face, and I went downstairs, and my mum was like, what have you done?
That's
like,
so
you look like a ghost, what have you done? I was like, I don't want my freckles.
I remember the next piece of makeup I bought was a Hoola, you know, the Hoola bronzer from Benefit.
Oh yeah, everyone used to have
it comes with that little brush. I was like excited to have it. I would literally like be contouring, and I remember coming downstairs with like these 2 like brown lines, and my nan tried to tell me nicely. She was like, you don't need as much. I remember thinking, how dare you, like I was so offended. But then looking back, I'm there with these like brown lines. But you just get so excited, you just want to use it, and like you put it on once and you're like, I want to do it again. Yeah,
it's all about like learning what looks good and what doesn't, and what's too much and what's not. Because I think when I was doing my GCSEs, it was really in fashion to have like a really bright eyeliner.
Yeah.
And then number 7 used to do these ones that were like long lasting. So you put it on and literally you have to scrub it off at night. And I look back and I just look ridiculous. It's like electric blue. I used to wear it to school.
Yeah, it's the brows as well. I used to pluck my brows really far apart.
Did you?
Yeah. I'm so glad they grew back, because I know a lot of people did it and it didn't grow back. But like at school, it just started like being a thing where they're going really far apart, and looking back at some pictures, I'm like, how the hell did I manage that?
I had mine were like 1 hair thin.
Really?
And they used to go like back in the day, it was really in fashion to have like these thin eyebrows, and I look back and I'm like, I look surprised constantly because my eyebrows are like
yeah, it's so funny.
And then I remember when shading in your brows first came in fashion, and everyone had these like
big blocks
on their face.
See, I used to do that. Now I look back on that and I'm like, what the hell? Now I try and get like quite a fluffy brow. It's just so funny because at the time you think
it looks great.
I'm like, oh my god, I've got these nice blocks. I used to literally carve them out with concealer, just have these 2 blocks, and I thought it looked so good at the time.
Yeah.
And now I look back and my face looked really harsh. Like I had these 2 harsh brows on, and now I look back, it's not a good look.
I know. I remember someone said to me once, they were like, oh, it looks like you've got Sharpie, like you know, like a permanent marker, and put it on your face.
My granddad used to be like, what are them slugs above your eyes? So funny.
It's funny. It's the same with fashion though, because
Yeah.
I saw you know when you get the memories come up,
Oh,
like
yeah.
archive memories,
Yeah.
and it was like 3 years ago today, and I had these boots on, and I think it was the time where those like patterned thigh high boots were in fashion,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what?
What
Am
are
I
they?
wear- what are they?
What are those?
I look like a superhero.
Yeah.
Oh, so you started the makeup. Was it on Instagram predominantly that you started it, or was it YouTube as well?
So I started watching YouTube because I don't think Instagram was really a thing when I first started playing with makeup. And then I also I've got like 3 younger sisters, so I'd always practice on them.
Yeah.
Just like getting from school and beg them like, please let me do your makeup. So I kind of watched YouTube and then practice what I watched on YouTube on them, and that's how I kind of just taught myself.
That's so good.
Yeah.
What do you think of like the YouTube? They call it the beauty community, don't they?
Yeah. I think it's amazing because it's like you don't always have to now go out and get trained, because you can learn so much by teaching yourself.
Yeah.
Like I think it used to, you had to get into a good college or pay for like a course, but I think now you can kind of just teach yourself.
Yeah.
And you can also display your work on there as well, which is really nice.
Yeah. I've been watching Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson's series. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't, but I like Jeffree Star.
Yeah. It's really good because Shane, I don't know if you've seen Shane's videos before, but he's more just like a YouTuber, vlogger, comedian type. But he is really close with Jeffree Star. So they made the series of making a palette, eyeshadow palette from scratch, and it's literally like a year's worth of like what actually happens behind the scenes.
That's so cool.
How they design it, picking
no one
the shades.
really kind of shares that, do they?
No, they don't.
They just put something out and then don't really show how it kind of got created, which I think that's cool. I'll have to watch that.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, it's like a 7-part series.
Yeah.
It's just really interesting. Then at the end of it, I actually went and got the palette because I was like, I just want to support it. Yeah. And it's really nice colours and stuff. But they, I think they sold over 1 million units of like this one palette, and you had to queue for like 3 hours online to try and get it.
People go mad for it, don't they?
I know, it is bad. I also, who else did I use? I used to watch James Charles because he does all the artwork on his. He drew.
He's good.
He did this one thing. And it was like replicating a piece of art on his forehead, and I'm like, how do you guys do
talented.
it? Yeah.
Who else did I used to like? I used to like Jacqueline Hill, Tanya Burr. I used to watch her.
Yeah.
Pixie Woos. I used to watch all them like back in the day. Lauren Curtis. Have you watched her?
I haven't watched her before.
Yeah, she's Australian. I used to love her.
Was she good?
Yeah.
I think it's so interesting, like how you can just learn. Like YouTube, you literally can learn anything.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
I know. So you learnt from that. Then, how did you meet Lou? Then is it she did the makeup for the boys on the X Factor?
When I was 15, I didn't get into sixth form, and I was really upset. I really wanted to go because you kind of like build up to that throughout your school life, and
and that's what you're taught, isn't it?
Yeah.
You do your GCSEs and then you go
like
to.
you watch all the sixth formers, and you're like, oh, I can't wait to wear my own stuff and be a sixth former. Didn't get in, so my mum was like, right, you want to do makeup anyway, that's not gonna really benefit you. Go and do some work experience with Lou for a week on the tour.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I was only 15, I was so scared. I was like, no. She's like, you're going. I was like, oh my god. And she literally rang Lou and she was like, by the way, Lottie's coming, and didn't really give her a choice. Lou was like, and she said the same to Louis. She was like, your sister's coming on tour, and I must have, like, you don't really want your 15-year-old sister. So I went for a week, and then Lou asked me to come and do like the next 2 weeks, which was like the end of the tour. So I was like, okay. So I did that, and then I don't think she wanted to let me go, so she was like, do you want to do the whole next tour? So that's when we did like the whole world tour for like 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and she just taught me everything, and then just got so much experience, like makeup wise and like life wise as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So I was so young and like timid and shy. You kind of have to learn how to deal with people and how to work in the industry and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like a really good way for me to like grow up and learn about life and makeup at the same time.
Because that's like, that experience in itself is probably more than someone, like the average person would experience in their lifetime, and you did it when you were sort of 15, 16, 17.
It's crazy, like how many places we went and all the stuff we did. Like looking back, I'm really lucky that I got to be able to do that.
Yeah. How was it travelling so much when you were so young then?
I think I just got used to it. Like, also we was always so lucky, like we would travel like nicely on nice planes and stuff like that, so we were really lucky. and I kind of enjoy it as well, so it's quite nice. And it's good because now when I have to travel, I don't really think twice about it because I was so used to it.
Yeah, so used to travelling.
Yeah.
I hate flying.
Do
like
you?
I'm the worst.
See, so many people do.
Flyer.
I don't think I would, like, I didn't really have a choice. I wouldn't have been able to hate it because I just had to do it.
I think the more you do it as well, like the more normal it becomes. Because if you don't fly often, it's all a process, isn't it? Like getting to the airport and like psyching yourself up to get on the plane.
You kind of convince yourself something's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think after a while it's just like, oh, just sit down and we get there.
Yeah.
That's so good though, like having that opportunity at such a young age.
Yeah.
How important would you say Lou is then? How important has she been in your life?
She's been really, but like, I wouldn't be where I am without her.
Yeah.
And it's not even just work wise, like she looks after me in my personal life as well. So she's like a really big part of my life.
Yeah.
I've got a lot to thank her for.
She's just through that.
Yeah.
So what's like some of the key, I think I'm going to go with like 2 routes. So when you were on the tour, the world tour, what are sort of the key life skills that you learned on that tour?
I think timing was a big one. So you had to be on time, otherwise like they would just leave without you. Like you couldn't hold people up. So now when we go on trips, we're so time conscious and everyone's like, God, we're like the first ones down, and we can't believe it when people leave people waiting.
Yeah. So I was surprised when I got here and you guys were here before me.
We'll not ever be late, really.
Yeah.
And I think that's just something you pick up on tour, because you can't, if there's a flight or the bus is leaving, you can't be coming down 10 minutes late, because then it throws everyone off. And like we weren't the talent on that job, so we wouldn't have kept people waiting. Yeah. So that was a really good one. I think just like being able to talk. It sounds really simple, but I would really struggle to have like a conversation with people because I was so young and shy. Yeah. So I think just meeting new people all the time got me really confident in like having conversation with people. Yeah.
I think that's such an important skill, especially when you probably came across lots of different types of people as well, and you have to learn how to communicate with maybe like a shy person or like a louder person, more confident. Yeah. That's like, I think one of the key life skills that I learned. I went to boarding school when I was like 11, and before that I was so shy, like I didn't talk to anyone. Yeah. So I went to school, and then you just have to because otherwise you're not going to make friends or anything. Yeah. So
it's the best thing to do, just to be able to do it. And
yeah, definitely. So then in terms of, on the other side, then in terms of makeup, like you're doing makeup every day probably. There's hundreds of shows. Yeah. Did your compared to like the start of the tour and then the end of the tour, how different was your skill set?
I think because it was grooming and we didn't really get to do much makeup, it was kind of just like the boys' skin and hair, which was good to learn about that. But we then started kind of, towards the end of the tour, influencing started, and we were like, we want to start doing the little videos that they're doing. So we started like trialing makeup like on each other and on ourselves, which was good. We kind of just started learning about how we can showcase our makeup on Instagram and how we can like make some money off it, and kind of what brands wanted. So we'd do these little videos, and I'd spend hours trying to edit it because it wasn't the same kind of technology.
And it's hard
to edit
actually.
it. Yeah, I remember like using this GIF thing on the computer. Like I had to edit each individual photo, like 60 pictures, then put them all into this GIF, and then it would like move as a GIF. Oh my god! It would like take me like days to do it. Yeah. So yeah, just learning like stuff like that, I think was really important.
Yeah, it's mad how different it all is now.
Yeah.
So like different. To edit, there's so many apps. Yeah. You could just like put your videos and it will automatically
just make it into a GIF.
I know. I saw this is going to sound quite creepy, but like I went through basically your whole Instagram. There's like 2,000 photos. But I came across the one, I think it was like one of your first makeup videos.
Yeah, was it?
It was glitter lips. Oh no, that was on YouTube?
That was on YouTube, yeah. Oh my god, I cringed so badly at them.
I remember glitter lips. I got one done. There was like a makeup show in London, and I went, and someone gave me these black glitter lips, and they were fine for like half an hour, and then after a while they're like crumbling off, and your like lips are like falling apart. I was just
glitter was such a big thing, wasn't it? Something like glitter lids, glitter lips. Glitter boobs. Remember, I started doing glitter boobs at festivals. You seen that?
Oh yeah, for like Ibiza and
I was like, oh my god, this glitter thing's going too far now.
I know. It's mad the different trends that come and go.
Yeah.
I think one thing I've well, I'm not the best at makeup, but like I can do my own face.
Yeah.
I've been trying to do the cut crease at the moment because
Yeah.
I see people online
That
do it
is
and I'm like,
hard.
oh, it looks so good on you. And then I
Yeah.
tried it and I was just like, what have I
You've got
done?
to have such a certain eye shape as well. Like I can't really do it because mine kind of like droop down at the end. I think you have to
Yeah.
have quite a specific eye shape
Yeah,
to do it. You've got good
definitely.
eyes for it though.
I've got like, I think I already have like
You've
an
got
eyelid.
Quite, yeah,
so
you've got good definition in the crease.
yeah,
It's hard though.
I know.
And then it starts moving about when like the oil.
Oh, when
from
you
your
blink
lids.
and stuff. Yeah.
It's good for a pick, and then you can't really like go out in it because it just smudges.
I know, it's mad. So when did you first, well, obviously your hair is like a massive,
Yeah.
would you say it's like a massive part of your brand? Because when I think of you, I'm like the green hair,
Yeah.
the rainbow hair.
Yeah, it is a really big part of like my look.
When did you first dye it for the first time?
So I think I probably did like a pink at first, and then I think when it really started to like become part of like my look was when we did the rainbow roots. So we did like different colours like of the rainbow down my roots.
Yeah.
And that like went quite viral, like it was getting posted all over. And then I did a book and called it Rainbow Roots, so that kind of started like, that was kind of like my thing then.
Yeah.
And then other stuff I'll like incorporate rainbowy stuff in because it just fits, and I think that's why I always change my hair, because it's like rainbow roots, just do it all different colours.
Yeah.
But I get like, I need new colours, like I don't know what else to do now. I've done them all, so I've gone back to like orangey peach,
Yeah.
but I have done that before. But I've done them, I feel like I've done them all.
It's hard to know as well.
Yeah.
I always look at Billie Eilish
Yeah.
and I'm like, what's she gonna do next? And then she'll
I
change
like
the roots.
Sarah
or...
Larson's hair as well.
Yeah, she's
got
really
orangey
good.
at the minute.
How do you keep your hair healthy? Because I dyed my hair like a few times in my life and then it just goes dead.
Well, I used to bleach it and then it was in really bad condition, but now I just high lift tint, so it's not as much damage, and then the colours are only like a wash on, so they don't really damage the hair much, but then doing a treatment every now and then really helps. And less heat. When you can avoid using heat on it, that's best.
Yeah.
Because heat is the worst.
Is it? I need to stop straightening mine.
Yeah, straightening's bad. But is that all your hair?
No, I have tape extensions.
Right, okay, yeah.
My normal hair is like similar.
Yeah.
But it's for thickness.
Yeah. I know, I've had mine out at the minute to try and give it a break, but I just hate it. I'm like, you can't do as much with it, can you?
This is my first time ever having them. So like when I got them like refitted and when they took them out, I was just like, my hair's so thin.
Yeah, once you start, you can't stop.
Yeah.
It's like, how do I get my hair to look right now?
One thing I miss though is just like tying your hair up.
Oh my god, yeah, that's the only good thing. And washing it, being able to give it a good scrub.
Yeah.
That's the only good thing about not having extensions.
So what, you say you run out of colours.
Yeah.
What colour should we do?
What colour can I do?
I say we, like I'm part of the hair process.
See, I like the green, but the only thing about that is it's really hard to wash out. If I wanted to get this back to blonde, I could just give it a good few washes and it would fade. Yeah, it does fade quite well.
How often do you have to put it in there?
Probably like every few washes to keep it quite bright.
Oh really?
Yeah, but I've got like a shampoo, like a peach shampoo, which is easy.
Yeah, it keeps the colour in.
Yeah, but green you have to like, it stains, like you can't get it out.
Because I have a friend, she's from LA. She has the green hair a lot, or like bright purple. And I always wonder like how.
Yeah, so it's certain colours like green, blues, they stain.
Yeah.
Whereas like when I did yellow, that didn't really. Pink doesn't, and like this doesn't. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like the green stuck about. Like you have to then put pink over it to like counteract the green, then let the pink fade, then you get your blonde back.
Does it go on your pillows at night?
No, it actually doesn't. But like when I have a shower, even if I just wash it normally, like the water will come orange. Out. Yeah.
I'm like that, but with fake tan. Like my sheets always.
That's why you should use Tanologist.
I know.
It doesn't go on the sheets.
Well, when I use, because we were talking about this earlier, like, so we've actually worked together before for. Was it for Superdrug for Tanologist?
Yeah.
So
yeah, it was kind of for like Tanologist content and Superdrug.
Yeah. So you have a fake tan brand called Tanologist.
Yeah.
And it was me, you, and then 2 other girls.
Yeah. So I was like, I recognise you, but I couldn't, you know, when you can't be thinking on it, you don't want to be rude and be like, do I know you?
Yeah, I didn't want to come in and be like, oh, we've met before.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I knew I recognised you.
Yeah, no, so when I did use it, it's really good because it's obviously clear.
Yeah.
which is
Doesn't go on
ideal
sheets?
because I have to get like black sheets or black towels,
Really?
dark
Black
brown.
sheets?
Yeah, just because I don't want to
Yeah.
look at it. So
Yeah,
like
it's
if I can't
just-
see it, then it's not there.
Yeah. Outside, out of mind.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
how, obviously there's so many, well, I think the fake tan market is quite competitive,
Yeah.
I would say. How did you sort of break into the market?
So I've always wanted to like create my own brand, just so I've got something else as well as like Instagram.
Yeah.
But like everyone was like doing makeup ranges or clothes, and I just thought, what else am I passionate about? And I've always loved tan, so I was really lucky to be able to find a good business partner who had really good contacts in like factories and stuff. And I just told him I wanted to create something that didn't break me out, because I've never been able to use tan on my face. It's always broke me out. I've got really sensitive skin.
Yeah.
Didn't go on the sheets, didn't stink, like I always used to smell of tan. Wasn't like bright orange, because I just used to use like the really orangey tans. So then we like worked like for like a year, just trial and error, trying out products and kind of coming up with a really good formula.
Yeah.
And then we created Tanologist, and then got it into Superdrug, and then launched into Target last summer.
In America?
Yeah.
Amazing.
And then launched into Priceline in Australia a few weeks ago.
So good.
Yeah, so it's gone like I never expected it to go as big as it has.
Yeah.
But I think it's just because we worked so hard at like nailing the product.
Yeah.
People actually like it and it works, and it's kind of good for like converting the non-tanners, because there's a light and it's really like it works with your own skin tone, so it's not like scary for pale people to use it, and it's clear and stuff, which I think people really like.
Yeah, exactly. Especially the drops for the face. I love.
They're so easy.
Because I don't break out from tan, but I don't like using it.
Yeah, on my face. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just feel like it's like clogging your pores, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'll put it on, I'll look in the mirror and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, I wish I just left it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good thing about the drops, because like you can just put a few into your moisturiser and you don't even feel like you're tanning your face. You just moisturise and then you can get a little glow from it.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
It's amazing. So how many years ago did you start?
So we launched just over a year ago, and then it was like a year to make. So I've been doing it for like a good 2.5 years now.
But it's good considering it's such a new brand.
Yeah.
To be in these big, like Superdrug's massive.
Yeah.
Target, obviously in America, is massive.
Yeah.
And Australia is a massive market for tan anyway. So
it's nice as well, because we toured, like we used to tour America a lot and Australia, and we would go to them kind of stores and like get our stuff when we were there.
Yeah.
So then like from doing that and being on the tour and like doing their hair and makeup to then being back there launching my brand into those stores was quite like proud.
Yeah, surreal.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, I used to come here when I was on tour, and now there's me,
Your
there's
brand.
my face on the tan. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's cool.
So you've had one collection with In The Style, and you've got another. I don't know when this is coming out, but it's dropping in December. So
so we've got a mini drop on December the 18th, and then we've got the main collection coming January. So I did like a rave wear kind of line in summer, like kind of Ibiza festival-y stuff. So obviously we wanted to kind of progress from that, so I've kind of gone a bit like loungewear-y, just stuff that like staples that I always wear.
Yeah.
So we've got like 10 pieces coming out next week, and then like 20 pieces coming out in January.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Is that something you always wanted to move into at some point?
Yeah, because I've always liked fashion, and I think it's nice working within the style because they let me have complete control. So like I never wanted to do something unless I knew I could design it myself and like be completely happy with it. So it's really fun like being able to like I want to do a dress like that, and then they just like bring it to life. It's like quite nice to be able to be creative with it.
Yeah, I think that's important as well, because there's so many people that are doing, well, there's so many collaborations happening, especially with clothing brands, and sometimes I'm like, oh, did they actually choose this stuff, or is it just like old stock?
See, that's happening quite a lot, isn't it? And I think that's something I wouldn't ever want to just get a paycheck and just, oh, they've got a collection, just put that out. I have to be happy with it, because if not, I can't promote it then, and then it's not gonna do well for me or the brand. Yeah. So if I'm not 100% happy with it, then I won't wear it. Yeah. And I won't post it, and it won't sell. So I don't see the point. Yeah. I think it's got to be authentic.
definitely. And you don't want to wear clothes that you don't like.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Which I can't do that anyway. Like, I can't fake it. I'm really bad at doing that. So if I don't like it, that's it. I'm not wearing it.
What is like your style, would you say?
I don't know. It kind of changes because it's like I'm very big on like comfort. So I'll kind of like try and make myself look good in comfy stuff. But then at the same time, I quite like getting like dressed up for a night out.
Yeah.
Like, but I have to have an excuse for it. Like, either like an event, like a red carpet thing, or like a night out. If I've not got anything like that, then I'll always be in comfies. Like,
I'm literally the same.
Yeah.
I'm like one or the other.
Yeah.
I can't do the
There's
in between.
no in between.
I can't remember the last time I wore jeans.
No, I don't really like.
I used to wear them all the time as well. Now I'm like trackies.
Yeah, and if it is jeans, it's like baggy, like comfy jeans rather than like the skinny.
Yeah,
I don't like
it's
skinny
too
jeans.
tight.
Yeah, yeah. There's no in between. Like, I can't go for like a day out in like heels, and I'll only wear heels if it's like an event or a night out. If not, no chance.
I know. This is why I'm so happy, like lounge wearing.
Yeah, it's nice
trackies
to be able
are
to
in
come
fashion.
To work today in this.
I know.
I'm like, oh yes.
Yeah,
comfy.
comfort.
Yeah.
So I don't think people like really appreciate how long it takes to create not just a clothing range, like in respect to your tanning products as well. It's like behind the scenes is probably like 70% of the work, and then the last 30% is probably like what everyone else sees. How long, with respect to the clothing then, how long did that take? How long does it take to create a range?
So from deciding we were going to do it to launch, it was like 3 or 4 months. So like we kind of wanted to get it out. With the first one, it was quite time conscious because it was summer and it was like Ibiza stuff. So if we didn't get it out by a certain point, then there would be no point in the collection. So yeah, it was like 3 or 4 months. So I like kind of went in there with my ideas. And just said like I want this and that, and we went through like materials and prints and stuff like that, and they came up with like a deck of all the ideas that I had, and then I'd kind of like circle like I like that bit, I don't like that bit, I like the sleeve on that, I don't like the print, I don't like blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then they'd get the first samples back off the back of that, so I went in, tried it all on, and it's so different. Like when you see it on like a deck and then you try it on, it's so much different. So then I changed so much more stuff, and I think we did that like twice, got samples back in 2 more times, and then in the end they like changed it for the last time, and then I was happy with it all. Yeah, it's
a long process.
It is fun, yeah, but also like that's something I've learned, because like when I first did like collabs, I'd be so excited to just do it, and I was so young, it's like one of my first things. I would just be like say yes, and I wouldn't really push to have it how I wanted it.
Yeah.
And then that's something like you regret, you look back and you're like, that could have been so much better. So I've learned like, no, don't be like afraid to just be like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
And kind of be quite strong on it, because that's definitely something I've learned over the years.
Because it's like quality, isn't it? And if people don't like it, then it's a reflection on your brand.
Yeah, exactly.
Essentially.
Yeah.
I think it's very hard.
Yeah.
Then you have to shoot the campaign and
and then promote it, and then see, it's a nice job and it is fun, but there's a lot goes on, and there's a lot behind it, which I think people just look at influencers and they're like, oh, that must be easy, like they just post a pic on Instagram, but it's a lot more than that.
Yeah, I think something that I don't think people do it on purpose. I think it's more they just don't, because they've never been in that world, they don't understand. It's more like I see my friends that do something like similar, like fashion or makeup influencing, and people will comment like, oh, but you don't have a real job, and things like that.
People still don't view it as being a real job.
And it's like, firstly, it is a job because you make income from it and you can pay your bills and stuff like that, but then secondly, it's like, it's just a different type of job. Like people who have a 9 to 5 or like a hour-based job, you can go to your work and then you clock out, and then you can go and enjoy. But when you're doing something for yourself or like online, it doesn't stop. So from the moment you wake up in the morning to the moment you go to sleep, you're thinking about stuff.
It's so true, because I find that like I'm on so many trips that it's like people think you're on holiday all the time, but it's not a holiday because you're constantly working. And then you'll book yourself a holiday and think, right, I'm not working, I'm going to relax. But then like if you're in a nice place, you think, oh, I better get some content here. And like if I'm in a sunny on a sunny holiday, I'll think this is good for my tan, so I'll shoot some stuff. You can't switch it off ever, whereas people with a normal job can a lot of the time. So you are constantly thinking, like, if I went away for a weekend, like trying to have a holiday, I would feel like I've wasted it if I didn't take the opportunity to use it for pictures, or if I take some clothes from like my collection or from a brand that I'm working with, I wouldn't do pictures there because it's like a wasted opportunity. Definitely. So you can't switch off.
You can't.
No.
But there are people that do work 9 to 5s that still stress outside of their jobs as well. So I'm sure people can relate to it.
Yeah.
I think it's an interesting conversation, especially where you say like you didn't go to sixth form and things like that. I think it is important for like younger teenagers perhaps to know that it's not the end of the world if you don't. Obviously it's nice to get good grades and go to uni and all this stuff, but I think the really good thing about social media is it's giving people a different avenue to...
it's opening up so many doors for a lot of jobs. I think I was always told at school to think of something else. Like when I said I wanted to do makeup, like they would like put me in meetings with the career advisors and be like, let's think of something else. You can do that on the side as a hobby. Like they're not really encouraging people to be creative. They're kind of just trying to push them into like academic kind of jobs, but not everyone wants to do that.
And not everyone is academic. That's the
exactly.
thing. Some people are creative. And I think it's good in the sense that it's moving in the direction where people are learning that you can do other things.
It's because you kind of like go through school so scared, like if I'm not gonna have a life if I don't get these grades, and I would never want to sit and encourage people not to try hard at school because it is really important. And it with Instagram and stuff, I might one day need grades and I might need to go into a normal job. So it is really important to work hard and try your best, but at the same time it's not the end of the world if you don't want to do. And also, like, if you want to leave school and get working, that shouldn't be frowned upon because you can go back and get your grades later on in life if you wanted to.
Definitely. I think it's all about working hard. That's the main thing.
As long as you've got like ambition and you kind of want to make something of your life, I don't think you can go too far wrong.
Definitely. So where do you see like the future of Instagram, YouTube, social media, because it changes so quickly? Like 6 months ago or like a year ago, it was so massive, like being an influencer, doing all these collabs, and I think it's still massive now, but I don't know if it's changing like a little bit.
I don't know, I think there maybe something new might come along and it might kind of pass over or stuff like that, but you can never know. Like, it's so unpredictable, so I think you just kind of have to try and keep up with the trends, and like if there is something new come along, like get on board with that. Because like I remember Instagram coming along and I was like, I'm not getting Instagram, like, I just love Facebook and Twitter. I was like, I couldn't understand it at all. I was so reluctant to get on board with it, and now look at it. So I think it will like progress onto something else eventually, but don't know what that will be.
It's hard to know. Literally something can pop up. Like at the moment it's TikTok.
I was just thinking that TikTok.
Everyone's like, you need to get on TikTok.
I feel like I need to make one. But do you have to do like the singing stuff on it?
No.
Or is it just like a normal social media platform as well?
It's like people do like...
Can you chat on it and stuff?
You could comment.
Right.
And you could chat,
Okay.
There's another app called Triller, which is just...
Triller,
that's just
well.
I think it's just music.
Right, okay.
But with TikTok you could talk and...
Right, okay.
I think people do like mini tutorials and things like that, like makeup and stuff.
I do think TikTok would be a big thing. I need to get on that.
I think it's good though to have the social media presence, but then also what's really good about you, for example, is you have your business, like a technologist, and you have other stuff that you do as well.
That's why I was so keen on doing that, because obviously it's quite unpredictable with Instagram. So having that, like, that still stands even if Instagram got wiped out tomorrow. I've still got my business. Exactly. So I do think it's important to have other things going on as well as Insta.
Definitely. So what is one thing that you want to do in the future?
See, I think I was always creating my brand, so I've done that, but I think launching into more countries I'm really keen to do. Now we've kind of done America and Australia, I want to see like where's next. Maybe even start another brand completely different, just have like a few different businesses, because I always constantly have ideas of like stuff. So yeah, just more
explore
brands.
and see where it goes,
just growing it basically.
And what's like the one thing that you're most proud, or like your biggest achievement?
It's got to be technologist, I think. I'm so proud of that, and it's just like still surreal that I've even got my own company that's in like these big stores. That's my biggest achievement.
Definitely. One thing I always ask is, so like, you know, when you go on tour or you've been booked for a job, what are your 3 things that are on your rider that you can't live without? Like food wise, what would you pick?
Right, food wise, I know what my drink would be. It'd be Diet Cokes.
Diet Coke?
We always have to have Diet Cokes.
Really? I love normal Coke.
Do you?
Yeah.
See, I switched on to Diet Coke a few years ago. Now, well, I do quite like a full fat Coke, but just Diet. Depends if I'm being unhealthy or healthy. So I'm either being really healthy or really unhealthy. I think sweets. Honestly, probably sweets.
I like that. I like Haribo.
Like every meeting, like in the style meetings, they always have sweet stuff on the table.
What's your favourite sweet?
Quite like squashies.
I love squashies.
You know,
the drumstick ones.
So good.
Yeah.
Haribo's, Tang Plastics, you can't go wrong.
I love the Star Mix.
Yeah.
My favourite.
Yeah, definitely. Just unhealthy snacks, basically.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm like crisps.
If you're having a long day, you need stuff like that to get you through.
Salt and vinegar crisps, sweets, apple ties. I love.
Oh yeah.
Apple tango.
Yeah.
Things like that. That's like I love answering that question.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much for joining.
Thanks for having me.
It's been fun. We're all a bit ill.
You can go and have a good cough now.
Yeah. And I'm sure like we'll meet again at some point.
Definitely.
And everyone go and try Technologist because it's amazing.
Thanks.
Thank you guys for listening. It's been In the Duffle Bag with Lottie Tomlinson. Bye-bye.
Bye.